You find me somewhere at the waterfall. Every morning, these days, every morning I go to the waterfall at Tansadet, the other side of the island. People are like, Ferdi, you're glowing. What is your secret? I'm like, the waterfall. People are like, yeah, the waterfall. Nice. I'm like, no, you don't understand. The waterfall. This is how Faye told me the story. But same for me, like, you know, she goes to the waterfall. Like, Faye lives on this island for like 6 years, and she's been going to this waterfall for years. And like, this story was from her, you know. People are always like, yeah, the waterfall. And she's like, you don't understand. And now I'm on the truck. Oh my God. Like, I'm so blessed. Like, everything is really good for me right now. What up, Alien Savages in the house? What up? I have a lot of downloads I want to share with you. Get comfortable. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Moin in the house. As we Germans, we like to say moin or moin. I think it sounds so stupid. That's why I love saying it. It's like what the seamen say. Like in Hamburg, that's like a city in Berlin, in Germany, where we have like a big port, and this is where like moin comes from, because all the seamen, like the shipmen, they're like saying like moin. And I think it sounds so dumb. You know, it's like moin. It's like these German dense people, they're like moin. and I fucking love it. So that's why I say it all the time. And I even have the dumbest saying, which goes moin Meister, which means like moin master. So yeah. That's why, you know, that's why I love doing German podcasts, because I can be so dumb, and there is something in me that feels so satisfied when I'm so dumb. And now I will pull it through in English as well, because I was asking my friend, conductor, she's another conductor. Her name is Nicole. Her and I, we have crazy synchronicity. And I was asking her like, hey, should I do it in German or English? Like right now. She was like, English. So this is because of her. Let's see where this goes. But yeah, Nicole. Bluebirds fly. Like, she is helping me so much. Speaking about having these anchors, these mountains of women on my side. You know, like, you know about Faye, my girlfriend. You know about Vicky, my like healer. Or for the Matrix, my therapist. And then let's speak about Nicole. Vroom. It is time for me again to be social. 2025. Wow. Papa Bear is back. And the download was, Ferdi, you have to do meetups again. Yeah. I got all the synchronicity. And my physical mind was like, I don't know. Last year with my ex-girlfriend, I was in a weird place. And when I created something socially, it was really weird. And I don't want to create anything that's not divine anymore. I don't want to create anything that's weird. To like do a meetup or like a channeling event, and then it's just like nice, but not really it. Wow. Because back then, 2022, I had like the golden formula of the meetups, the retreats. I wasn't really conscious of the codes, but I just did them subconsciously. Vroom. And now I have grown so much, and I'm conscious about the codes of what like hosting a space and all of that. So it was time to start a new season of meetups, and Nicole was just like, hey, meetups, let's do it on Thursday. I was like, okay. Like, she so helped me. Her higher self really like kicked my ass and did already like the planning around it. And then when I arrived the other day, so the first meetup is already in the books, double biceps. When I arrived on Happy Beach, where I host the meetups, I was overwhelmed because so many people, and I'm like, where is the perfect spot? I don't know. God, help me. And then, boom, conductor. There she is, Nicole, with her 2 children. She has like 2 babies, 2 lights, like really lights. Wow. So the 3 of them, it's like a whole army. They were already standing at the perfect spot, and I was like, can I get a hello there? So yeah, this was really nice. And this was an amazing meetup. Should we talk about that? So. Yeah, this was amazing. Like, it felt like a part of me came back home. But first, we gotta switch the song. Over the Rainbow is like such a nice song. He like really open spirit. Ooh, because like, who are we kidding? We are dreaming right now, and all I do is living my daydream. That's all I do. Somewhere next to the waterfall. Higher self is like, you need to go to the other side. You need to go to the waterfall. Here's a fairy house. Wow, it's right there. Amazing energy. And I'm so happy because my physical mind wasn't sure how long I have this fairy house. And I only had it until January and maybe longer. And turns out, this morning I got the news, we have it at least until March. Oh my god! And like, what do we have? Beginning of January, so 3 months in this house during crazy high season. And let me tell you, Kopangan is full. Like, I've never seen Kopangan that full. And we, in these crazy times, have this fairy house, Faye and I, Ferdi and Faye, for at least 3 more months. Wow! And also, my visa is like extended now for a year, and it was all smooth. And I got the visa also for like Faye, we got it sorted. It's all like wow. Higher selves. Set it up, yeah. What did I just say? We're living our daydream. It's like, which consciousness level have you awakened to? Level 1. I am Ready Player 1. I am the player. Level 2. Oh, I'm conscious. I am self-aware. Whoa. Yeah. A lot of cables have exited my back. Now I can like self-reflect and let go of more and more programming and remember more and more of who I really am. And then level number 3. Oh. I am the programmer. And I got to look into like my life theme contract, like my destiny, what I chose with my free will in spirit to experience down here so many times that at this point it's a smooth sail. Yeah, all I'm doing is living my daydream at this point, and this song is exactly this vibration. So let's, my friends, take a deep breath. Fully exhale and inhale. Higher self, the challenge is on. Will my physical mind break through in an English podcast today and master pulling through the same vibration I do in my German podcast in English as well? All I have to do is get out of my mind. Conductor Nicole has channeled do an English podcast. So here we are. Ooh, okay, but now I switch the song. I want to now go more into like storytelling. But it's a good song. It's a good song, Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Okay. Yeah. What did I just say? Let's take a deep breath. Fully exhale. And inhale. Exactly. So the meetup was a huge success, like hugely. It felt like a part of myself coming back home, coming back to myself. It's like, you know, after 2020, the surgeries, this walk-in experience, I really like got so solid in who I am and then creating externally. Like first puzzling myself together. Okay, I'm a new Ferdi, I'm so awake. Putting everything in my own cup, all the eggs in my own basket until my cup, my basket is overflowing, abundance, and I can share that with others. And then like 2022 is when I had this golden age of the meetups, the retreats, and then a play party, and so on. It's like always these phases of like you cocoon and you become a butterfly, and cocoon and butterfly. And then like my last relationship with Brittany, this was like a big cocoon phase for me. And then also the breakup, cocoon, puzzling myself back together, full circle, becoming back me. Like all the things I learned from my last relationship, integrated, and also remembering who I was before, because in my last relationship I entered a weird dream and I was a weird Ferdi. Yeah, I forgot again a lot of things I already awakened to because I wanted to be loved. And then now, full circle, being so embodied, so integrated, and also remembered who I am in my essence. This meetup, it was just Ferdi. Ferdi is back. Wow. It's like when I started the meetup, you know, I do like a intro round where we say our names and something that excites us so we can hear each other's frequencies. And I was sharing vulnerably. I was so nervous. Because last year when I created something, it was a little weird and I didn't want to do anything that was like weird again. And I was also like, is my community like still intact? Are there like still people? Are they showing up? Is anyone gonna come? And then when I did the intro, I was counting. There were like 24 people. And then in total, I think like 40 people came. So always some people came, some people leave, some people come, some people leave. It was like, yeah, like 40 people or so in total, and amazing people. So it was an amazing meetup, an amazing amount of people. And I was like, immediately I could feel like, yes, Ferdi is back. And also people like are able to receive me again. Because, you know, with some people, especially during my last relationship, I was weird. So I was weird to people. And there was a lot to heal. And I healed basically almost all my relationships where there was something weird. And it was so nice to come together as tribe, and it's actually resonating. Positive vibration, harmony. So immediately I could tell, oh, the vibration is good, we're dropped in, we're all actually coming full circle, and we want the same. We like don't project anymore because we know everything is a mirror. We're just attacking the mirror, so we're like owning our stuffs. We're like really crew, individually, all cocooning and coming together as tribe. And there were so many amazing people that I love, and all of us together is just like making my heart glow. Whoa. So, yeah. And then we played some connection games to like drop in deeper, and I always like to do it that find the person you know the least. So it's like a new person, not like your girlfriend or someone you really know, like your brother. Like Eve came with her brother, or some people came with their best friends. I'm like, no, find a person you don't know that well. And then connection games are just so good because they just give us permission to connect, and that's all we want. Can I have a permission to connect to this person? Because I don't know this person and I need a permission to talk to her or him. Oh, now I have the permission. Hi. And then just each person shares for 3 minutes how they're actually feeling right now, what's alive, and then switch the other person. And then we did another game, and that was like, what is actually your biggest challenge right now? Like we come to the meetup and we're like there to have fun and like drop in, and yeah, but what's actually like going on? And being heard by someone, fully received, because the other person just listens. And it's like 3 minutes are great, because the first minute you say the basic stuff, the second minute you go deeper, and the third minute sometimes you already struggle for words because you actually get in the essence, the deepest layers that wouldn't come up in just small talk conversations. So immediately the meetup starts like really deep and dropped in. And then it was just so nice to like, talk to all my friends and people that became friends, but I haven't met in person yet. And I was like, hey, how are you? Like David, he also channels the Yael, and I really love him. And it was so nice to like finally see him in person. And I played spike ball, even though the sun goes down quickly. I do it at sunset from like 5 p.m. and I stayed until 8 p.m. and the sun goes down at like 6:30. But I could have one epic game of spike ball. And just reactivating the meetups, and now they're like already a solid thing, and I'm gonna do them every single week. So if you're on Kopangan, if you're on the island, every Thursday, 5 p.m. at Happy Beach. And this was a German meetup, but I think I might wanna make international meetups, because by now many of my close friends are all English. Like they're from all over the world. Like Anais, she's from France. Sahara, she's from, I don't know, it's Vicky's daughter. I don't know where she's born. She's an alien. Vicky's from Africa, so I don't know. Faye, she's from the UK. Odd, she's also from France. Dominique, she's from the States, from California. It's like, and I can go on and on and on, but there's just like so many people that don't speak German. And also many of you have messaged me like, hey, I'm on the island, but I'm not German. So I think maybe the next 2 weeks I'm gonna do a German one to just like build this core again of a community. And I think then I wanna host them together with Faye and do international ones. And it's like, you maybe think like, or the physical mind thinks like for me, a meetup is like so basic. A meetup is actually so powerful. It's like so casual, which makes it so powerful because it doesn't cost anything. There are no expectations. I do it as a casual spot where you can go like just a little bit to this side and they do acro yoga and handstand. It's like, you don't even need to join a meetup. You can just like come casually, see how it is, and then this is what mostly happens because it's casual, there are no expectations. You have the best time ever, like the deepest connections so dropped in. Whereas when you pay like 2,000 baht for, I go here for New Year's Eve and then I paid so much, so I wanna have fun, and then I'm like not as authentic maybe because I wanna have fun. Whereas like, it's just a meetup, whatever, I don't feel so well. I think I just come for quick hugs. And then you end up staying for like 2 hours and you had like such deep, nourishing connections. And you feel amazing. And also this feeling of like, this was all for free. And also for me, like, I don't need to set up anything. I don't need to like prepare anything and then clean up afterwards because it's a mess. Like the play parties. We had to like, all the organization of who's gonna come, did the person pay, setting up the space, getting the food. And then afterwards it's like the place is trashed. And you're exhausted. And there's nothing of that. And then like, wow. The actual thing we all want is connection. And I get that big times. And then I just leave the beach and I'm full and I don't need to clean up any. I just love it. This is like, meetup for the physical mind's like, I need to do something to feel like powerful and for my ego. But I really like, I killed that. It's fully integrated, my ego. I mean, fully in a sense that I am aware of it. There are still these parts of like, chosen one, I am so special, whoa, and like the seeking and like woman and fucking. These are my two big ones that are still like in my field, but I'm fully aware of them. So I like go to the waterfall every day and I act them out and I give them all the voice and I see they don't have much weight anymore because this depth of dropping in with Faye and building actual tribe of like yesterday I was at this concert of Faye and Tabea and Anais and there are all the musicians and Vicky was there and Sahara and so many people I love and like building this deep tribe. And this is like, this dwarfs any quick like high of a play party and a fuck and feeling so like I am the chosen one, but then I'm lonely. If I like, Ferdi, yes, you're special. Because we're all special. Calm down. But if you don't like humble yourself, no one wants to be around you. And then you're just like this powerful person that is lonely. And seeing like God in everyone, we're all special, we're all that powerful. And only because you carry a gift that no one else carries, doesn't make you more special, because guess what? Everyone carries a gift that no one else carries. That's why we literally need every single one of us. Because we're all that is. We're all our unique identity of all that is. Like, imagine this ball, and I'm this side of the ball, and you're this side. And if we go upstairs, we're like, no separation anymore, we're literally one. And down here, we discover who we are, like our power, our like life theme, our unique identity of like this other podcast I did with this channeling of like, I'm the 15th dimensional oracle wisdom keeper, like this shape-shifting alien that is like gonna host these ceremonies, and I'm the clue of the tribe, like the essence, the fabric that holds it together and make everyone trip their balls off. I'm like the DMT pipe. And yeah, this is my power. Special as fuck. But guess what? Alone, I'm nothing. I need like all these powerful women that like, vroom, ground the space. Like, Faye, to like open the heart. Like, all of us, that's why I like human design for that, to like find these tribes to come together to create something really powerful. And what I'm talking about is a collective awakening, a Shekinah event. Like Hitler, Adolf Hitler, I watched this human design video that he and Goebbels and all these powerful people came together. And that's why Adolf Hitler was like, could pull this through. Because he had like a team that was like, all the key elements were coming together. But it was based on a deeply negative vibration. So negative vibration is always self-destructive. That's why there are not so many negative entities going far in the universe, because they self-destruct. It's like, look at Hitler. He tried to get world domination, and then when he like tried to get into like Russian and like the UK, and he lost. And that's why Bashar talks about that. They don't even get out of their like own solar system, negative entities, because it's like Star Wars. It's all like destroying each other. And now us coming together on positive vibration, expansive. And we need all the key players for different tribes to come together for different purposes. And us, I'm speaking about us, alien savages. You and me. We here to Avengers team. Some of us get the green light first, that our suit gets fully activated, because guess what? We did our work. Road to enlightenment, baby. Ascension, shifting to a higher dimension. And some of us really go ahead to be the way showers. And we come together, and I see in my visions all the time these ceremonies we're gonna host. No more blend medicine needed. It's like, vroom. Really high consciousness, we can pull spirit in, and everyone in the space is like tripping, in a sense that they get on our vibration. And people like me, I like hold the alien vibration of like opening spirit, and people like Faye open the heart, because this is the way. Vroom. Lifting it up, and then people that like are still on the journey somewhere get a taste of how it is to like reach enlightenment. And then everything comes up that is still in the way. Of like some trauma, some unprocessed trauma, there's no spiritual bypassing anymore. Finally, no more spiritual bypassing. You like enriched temporarily an enlightened state, and see, in order to maintain it, these are the things you haven't looked at. Here, come with me. Your 4-year-old self was harassed by his neighbor. And now I help you, and we go to her because it's you, and we create safety. So you can feel it, so it's you, so it's like, vroom. It's healed. You have processed it. You have realized it and integrated it. Okay, I need to blow my nose. I'm right back. Maybe I do a cut, maybe not. So yeah, who are we kidding? Road to enlightenment. Like, and then what is enlightenment? Enlightenment is actually for me quite basic. You know, Jesus, he is an enlightened master. And enlightenment is not the end. There is no end. Enlightenment is like, for me, being a fully integrated human being, like actually living your full potential, like Pleiadians. They're all enlightened masters in a sense. They are living their full potential. Completely purified their system, are who they are, their true natural self, the embodiment of that, in perfect balance. They thrive for alignment. And this year it's gonna be really Pleiadian. Like their spaceships, they are so aesthetically pleasing that they like radiate healing vibrations. Like when you see them, it's like, wow. Like, I love Pleiadians. They're all about aesthetics and aesthetics in balance of the dark and the light. It's not like, the darkness. No. Once you like balance the darkness, it's beautiful. It's aesthetically pleasing. Wow. So, my predictions this year, it's going to be a lot of Pleiadian energy, a lot of Pleiadian encounters for higher vibrational beings like us. I have a feeling that this year is my year for first contact. And I get all the synchronicity of like this year might be reaching enlightenment. And again, what is my definition of enlightenment? They're like infinite levels of enlightenment. I'm talking about enlightenment as Christ consciousness. We're all becoming Jesus. And being Jesus is not that hard, bro. It's just being the best human. And it's just like, who am I kidding? I became such a nice human. Like all that Faye mirrored me, I could uplift and I did. That's what I chose. And this is the new Ferdi. Hi. Thank you, Faye, for reflecting to me all these things that she embodies. So I'm now a really nice human. It's like, and I really had to work on myself on my definitions that this isn't boring, because I was like, isn't it so boring to be so nice? And I'm like, no. And Faye also said it, Ferdi, because you are you, and you by nature, I'm just not boring. Like, see how I talk and everything. I'm just like not boring. So I'm just not trying to be a bad boy anymore or a villain. I just like want to be the best human being, and this is just why, because it's like common sense. It feels the best. Like waking up next to my wifey and she's like naked on the piano and we're constantly laughing and in creature mode and just like pulling Osho cards, and she makes cacao, and it's just like and spending life with your family, and like from partnership to tribe, you know, it's like, and now like I entered divine union within myself, like balancing divine masculine feminine in me, now with Faye in partnership, and now the next one in tribe, all of us. And isn't it boring? No, it's just like common sense. It's so fulfilling. Like all the things coming from ego is fucking artificial strawberries. Why would you eat artificial strawberries if you can have organic, big strawberries? Like if you're watching visually, like that big. It's like all dripping because it's so juicy, and you're like, oh my god, this tastes so good. This is the love I'm talking, the love field. Like, wow, it's so big. Oh my god. Yeah. Wow, I feel like I'm pulling it through, that finally I get to the level in my English podcast as I do in German. And this makes me so happy, because this is one of my least favorite things in existence is, should I do the podcast in German or English? I'm like on the scooter from Tanstadet, getting all the downloads to like, Ferdi, it's time to do a podcast. I'm like, yay! And then like, getting in my mind, German or English? I'm like, no. And then I'm like, oh, now I have Nicole in my life. Nicole, German or English? She's like, English. I'm like, yes! Get powerful woman behind you. It's the best. Like, I'm so blessed. Yeah, big shout outs to Nicole. So yeah, I forgot all the things I was saying. Going back to the meetups, so I'm gonna do them every week. I think I'm gonna do them maybe in a couple weeks international. Stay tuned for that. Because it's all about the vibration, and actually our star families on higher vibrations, they look so wild. Like all my close friends now come from somewhere else, a completely different background, because there's the most growth of our reflections. That's why we're so attracted to be together. And why are we vibing when we're like from another country, a different upbringing? I cannot listen to German rap with them because we're on the same frequency. Unconditional love. Hi. Wow. Like Sahara, Vicky's daughter, she's 13. I have so much fun with her. Like, she just gets it. I'm like, whoa. It's, yeah. And it's so nice that Nicole has kids. Like this, like bringing kids to the meetups is like a really add-on, like a level up. Because like Kopangan, especially Kopangan, I call it the Disneyland of spirituality, is full of, yeah, junkies, like spiritual bypassing and getting like super highs and then big empties and just like seeking. And it's all great. Like, it's like a video game and there are many levels and things like these like sexuality of like play parties is so good to experience, like amazing. I'm so happy for everyone who is in their play party phase. I grew so much, but eventually you grow it out. That you like had so many sexual encounters and you freed your sexuality and you're feeling comfortable with being naked in front of others and oh my god, she sucked my dick in front of others and I feel comfortable and this person joins and it's like abundance, wow. And then eventually you're like outgrow it and then it's just like you're just like in the seeking of like getting a high, but it's like then you feel even more empty. Then it gets like, for me, gets like more and more emptying. And it's like there's no judgment or anything. It's just like we are all in different phases of where we grow our consciousness, and eventually you have done that to the max. Like I've done it to the max, you know, by like hosting them for also over a year and everything, and like really being open and trying it all and going for it. Like I went for it. But then eventually it's like making you more and more empty. And then we want like connection. Deeper and deeper and deeper. And you don't know how deep the rabbit hole goes, do you? Like now with Nicole in my life, I get the texture of having kids. Like she's constantly like giving me these codes of having kids. That for Christmas they were like baking cookies and she invited another mother with her kids. And then she was like, Ferdi, seeing another mother, how she loves her kids, this is like, oh my, the depth of that. It's like at the meetup when I was playing with Nicole's kids, I was having so much fun with them and then feeling Nicole how much she loves that I love her kids. It's like, this is like the biggest love ever. Whoa. It's like, you know, and there are levels to it. It's like, if, for example, Nicole would make me a recipe of like spaghetti bolognese, and she's like, I love this recipes from my mom and I eat it. I'm like, oh, it's delicious. She would be happy. She would be, and I feel the love about it. And it's great. But I'm telling you, like, this example with having kids, it's like a whole nother level of love. Like, that's why I love like children and animals. Tribe, you know? Nature. Wow. And like these codes, I like when I was like Peter Pan and seeking and being the playboy, I was like, go away with that. I'm like getting a rush and now I'm like, no, this drains me. This makes me empty. Like, oh my God, like, at some, you know, I'm 32 now, and I'm so happy I did the switch from becoming a man, because I was the happiest boy, like I fully lived it, you know, and now becoming a man-child is just really emptying for me, would be. That's why I choose not to. Like, I see these men that like don't find their woman, and then they're like 40, 45, and they're like in the seeking energy constantly, and I'm just like, it's not for me. Like, I love to live everything to the fullest, and then when the next chapter comes, to not run away for weird reason. And I tried. I took my time. I was like, no, one more season, one more play party, one more hookup, one more one night stand, one more quick, like, wow. Yeah. Okay, I feel so empty afterwards. I just want my wifey next to me and like really build a family, like really build something. And it gets built in staying. You know, it's like in the crunchy moments, like Faye and I, when we have like crunchy moments, this is when we actually bond and cave the most depth. And why do I stay? Because the more we cave depth, the more we love each other, and the more love is there, I'm not gonna run away. But if you're just like, I have like 5 women in my phone and I hook up with her, or like have something with her, but it's casual, I keep it open, you know? And then it's like going deeper. Ciao, bye-bye. I go to the other one, because we need to like go into a crunchy moment now, and then it's like great for a phase. It's so great to be a fuckboy for a while. It's so great to be a playboy, and I did it all in a really positive, expansive vibration. Amazing. But once the phase is done, it just makes you empty. Like, follow your highest excitement. What excites you in the moment is where you meet God directly. Fool, the inner riches are full. And it's play parties and stuff is simply not my excitement anymore. So I'm back to good old meetups. Deep breath. Fully exhale. And inhale. Another one, fully exhale. And inhale. So yeah, I feel really good right now, like really. House is sorted, visas are sorted. And oh my God, like the cocoon phase is finally over. And finally, because I just like this meetup, I told you, coming back home to myself, like a part of me. And this big hermit phase I was in, I was often feeling so alone, so lonely. And I'm like, I just want to have tribe again. But if I would be around people like right away, like at a quick fix, it wouldn't be sustainable. What I'm aiming for is now the next butterfly phase, a next golden age that lasts, because I am that Ferdi now, as Bashar likes to say. Often we have to slow down for a bit to then everything greatly accelerates. And I really feel this acceleration right now. And I'm like, yeah, it's like we always do the best out of every situation, right? So always everything is perfect and all right. But if you actually look at the bigger picture, the last like months and months and months for me, it was really challenging. Like, if I would only experience that in this reincarnation, I wouldn't sign up to come down here. But this golden period that is about to happen now, that is like happening right now, this makes it so worth it. And then together, the balance, this is what we want. Because without the other, there is no appreciation and everything. But I'm just so happy to come out of this cocoon phase. Because like the breakup, processing the breakup, was like one of the biggest challenges in my life. I thought I'm gonna die, and I died many times. And I'm so happy I processed the breakup right away. I was like, fuck, I cannot access my emotions. Ayahuasca, help me. Ayahuasca, boom, open me open. Also not just like the release of the grief. Oh, this relationship as it was is dead. Graveyard, funeral, grief. But also the ayahuasca like gave me another major awakening. And then Faye coming in, helping me with the breakup and also activating me like crazy. And then purging all my remaining negative ego out. Waterfall. Every fucking day, waterfall for 5 hours into the night. You know how much I tried Faye to convince her about openness, and you know how I can talk. But she was just like, her patience is crazy. How she just listens to me for hours and is really like curious. And just like, oh, this is just not for me in this way. Until I like really realized, oh, this doesn't hold any weight for me anymore. It's just coming from ego. Now it's fully identified. This was tough work, you know? And of course I loved it because overall now I'm gonna get the reward and the appreciation is the gratitude. All that remains is gratitude, you know? Fuck. Like I'm like close to tears. Cause now I'm just like I'm just good, you know? Like the meetup, it was just like it was so good. And not out of anything that is like still under the surface of ego or anything, just like. And now coming like 2025 for me, having a feeling it's gonna be social. It's gonna be like really getting to enlightenment and open contact, like all this. I'm like, and like road to these ceremonies that I'm seeing. It's like it's building. Like Faye and I, it's like our downloads and synchronicity every day is off the chart. But also I cannot disconnect from the bigger picture anymore. I'm constantly in the programmer where like connected to that. I'm like, whoa, I stared my 9 Osho cards with my third eye at the waterfall because I remember which one I pulled this morning, and I was like, now that I'm here and creating the space, oh, it all makes sense. And there she is, Faye. I'm doing an English podcast. You wanna say something? Come here. No, you don't want to? Oh, she doesn't want to. But Faye's back in the house. Are you happy I'm making an English podcast?
Yeah, I am.
She's gonna listen to it later. Oh my god. So yeah. I forgot what I just talked about. But it's okay. So yeah. Coming back to I'm doing really good right now. Giving you an update, yeah. Let's just give you an update. So the island is... Let's take another song, right? Yeah, the island is crazy full right now. I've never seen the island so full. It's like always January, February is like full high season. But this full, I've never seen it like this full. The other day, yesterday, I walked down Happy Beach, where I do the meetup, and then Sand Beach, the beach next to it, and then Naked Beach, the beach next to it, and then Bovai, the beach next to it. Just like walking it all down to just like scope it out if there's a better meetup spot. And I'm just fully like the observer, you know? Like these days I'm more the observer than anything. Observe and don't absorb. Just like observe. Interesting. Seeing the synchronicity, seeing how the energies change. Like all these days I'm driving into the soup, into Sritanu, and there are like all these signs of the supermarket in this like road that is fully nature. I'm like, Yesterday I'm driving like home from the singing event, and there were like all these signs of Orm. This is like this other venue, and it's like, it's getting all so spiritual tourism. It's like just being the observer and seeing, this is like clearly changing. So that's why I love doing these observer walks, how I did it yesterday. And yeah, like I've never seen Sand Beach so full. I'm just like, they're just like sitting all next to each other. And it's so funny. If you watch my stories, maybe you have, I just could not take a picture of this. They were like next to the drumming circle. So every Friday there's like a drumming circle, and it's like really loud drums. And right next to it there were these like guys. They were like in full spiritual outfits, you know, like everything, you know, like here my bracelets and my glasses and my hat and the thing in my hair and like these like pants, like as like a comedian would do, you know, to make fun of it. But fully, you know, and like trying to act like this is me authentically. And they were having these like sound balls in their hand and like dong, like these, I don't know what they're called when you're like dong. And it was so loud because it was right next to the drumming circle. I'm like, what are you doing here? This is just a show. This is just spiritual ego. Why are you like acting like you are this spiritual character when you're like not? Well, like this is all show. Like the island. That's what I mean. It's just like, and it's all great because it's part of it. But eventually you like see through it and like, oh my god, this is like not matching my vibration anymore. I'm a different vibration. This is great what you're doing. Like if you're freshly waking up and like I get this outfit and I belong to them and you don't see through that, they're just like, it's coming from ego. It's like the same things that are happening in the Matrix in the spiritual community, just like the umbrella of spirituality. We bypass everything. Everything under the umbrella of I actually come from ego, but it's spiritual. So it's like, I act like this, but you're not. The vibration is clearly you're dancing in the middle with like your crown on your head because you want the views. You want like, look at me. I'm coming from ego. Not because you're like in your body, feeling the, like, it's just like, it is what it is. Like I see frequencies more than anything these days. So I see like, oh, this is negative ego. Oh, this person is like insecure. This is fear. This is, and it's just like so obvious that I just like, okay, this is great, but this is not for me. So that's why I really see the next years on the other side where I'm now drawn to. Now I'm like in the middle and I'm more and more drawn to the other side. Tons of that. Going from west, where the spiritual community is, for me like the conscious community, you know, like even the word conscious community is like, is it called an oxymoron, I think? Why would you call it conscious community? You know, it's like, and conscious, I don't know, it's like the word con. I don't know. It's just like, whatever this is and morphing into, like I loved what that was and also like me awakening, it's like both things. I grew it out. It was great to like come there, but I grew it out and also this change that it's like becoming touristy, you know? And it's so great, like don't get me wrong. I am the observer. What am I observing? Like, oh, this is great. What is great about it? That many people now are able to get the Kopangan medicine. Many people that are like just waking up and like, oh my god, this is amazing. Because now it's like opening for way more people. But then there are people like us that have really raised their vibration, like, oh, I need to live in nature. And I need to be with people that also respect nature like I do and respect peace like I do. So a peaceful tribe in nature where nature is respected, where the land is sacred, that it's all protected, that we build houses like a couple hundred bungalows, not cutting trees, and that every house has energetic hygiene, enough space from the other house, really embodied, and not these weird, we bulldoze everything, build a big fence and villa next to villa next to villa, and it's one concrete prison. I'm like, yeah. Why don't you like stay in a city or so? Like this villa is just a prison next to another, and like, ugh. And it's all great for like people who need to play out the ego. Like, look, I have this villa. Wow, great. This is amazing. The ego needs to play itself through until it's like realizing it's eventually a hamster wheel. Once you like grow your consciousness that you have done it all. Like I had to do it as well. Like all the followers, all the money that, oh, now I just make more money, more followers, but I'm not growing my consciousness. So now it's becoming a hamster wheel. So everyone needs to play the 3D game until they like have played it through. Until the ego is satisfied, overeaten, and the soul is starving. That's why Hogwarts, Road to Hogwarts, Tanzer Dad, the East Side baby of Kopangan. East side, we protect nature. No one can fucking come in. I bulldoze this because my vibration is like, I want to get as much money out of this as possible and scam people. No, this is sacred land. Go. Bye. Ra. Ra. Let's take a deep sip. Fully exhale. And inhale. Yeah. So don't get me wrong, I'm not like frustrated anymore much. I mean, this is my challenge. Frustration, definitely. But I am so good in hosting myself through, and also shoutouts to Faye, like she always has endless capacity listening to me. So I can say all my frustration and like, yeah, shoutouts to her. But I'm like really good in going in the human level, in my pain body and frustration and the island how it was, and grieving it all to see like this chapter is done. And then connecting it to the bigger picture. And I cannot disconnect from it anymore. Where I like, see, everything is changing. People need a spiritual tourism center. This is what Sri Tanu is becoming. So many people can get this medicine. So there need to be like many more buildings of spiritual healing centers and stuff. Amazing. And then there's like many come on a higher vibration, and there's no value judgment or anything. It's just, it is what it is, that need to connect to nature, have energetic hygiene, have done the inner work that they all can live in peace and harmony, prosperity, respect each other's differences. Just like, we're different, and I respect it. That's the end of all wars. Like, war is just, we're not respecting our differences. You and that. These energies need to play out. Once you raise your vibration, there's only love. Like all my most of my close friends, they're so different than me. Like many even of you, they're like my Germans, like, Ferdi, I don't really listen to German rap, but I just love your vibration. Like, you listen to your German rap and your German podcast? I wouldn't listen to these songs myself, but how you react to it, your inner child, your vibration is so therapeutic for me, because we are resonating on this vibration where there's nothing left but love and gratitude. Seeing through the illusion, no more projections, seeing everything as a mirror, in the moment, owning your trigger and seeing it's all you. What is a trigger? There's something about me that I don't know about myself, that is not serving me anymore, that is dying. And that's why the ego comes out like, I tried to survive, I'm triggered, we need to bypass, and oh no, I'm at this level where I integrate everything. So, oh, this person exposed this part of me, oh, now I'm aware of it, oh, it's dying, oh yeah, that's the triggered feeling, oh yeah. Integrated it. Oh yeah. Ego death. Another one. And now I hardly get triggered anymore. Sure, I still get triggered, but I own my trigger. I don't identify with my feelings. I'm like, how exciting, what's behind it? And then like really going on the human level. Like, no spiritual bypassing us like aliens. Of like, I also have like a couple of people that I know that are like really alien, and they like stay on the bigger picture, but don't go on the human level. And I'm like, bro, you're like not embodied. You need to like, oh, I'm triggered, and then I like need to say it all out loud, like to myself mostly, you know, or like to Faye or my friends. Like, this is what it all brings up. But what's underneath? And there are many of us who reach that vibration, and it's harmonious. Wow. So yeah, that's my observation. Yeah. Okay, I think that's it. Yeah, how did you like this podcast? How did you like it? Should we go back to the beginning? I think I did an amazing job. I feel like my inner kid was out. I wasn't in my mind. I could just like, inner kid, higher self. This is your way home. Getting the programming, the physical mind out of the way. So I had fun. I felt good. I followed my excitement. I talked about what was the most exciting in the moment. I didn't get in my mind much. Now I'm in my mind, thinking like, reflecting it with you, like, was this good? Yes. Like, in German, I still have like my mother tongue. I still have like these sayings that I can say that are so satisfying, and I don't have them in English yet. But guess what? I love the fucking growth. And German I kind of outgrew it, became just my comfort zone, and that's great. But now it's time to expand and reach this level in English. And I feel like I did amazing. Like when I look back, I really didn't like my latest English podcast so much of Mr. Beast is a total addict. Didn't like it so much. What happened to Adolf Hitler spiritually? Didn't like it so much. Too alien. Inner kid not so out. When I listen to it back, I'm like, bro, great downloads. But it's not so fun to listen to, you know? I'm like on the scooter to Tanzadad right now. And I'm having a hard time listening to the new Bashar event. Can you imagine? I used to be all about Bashar. Now I'm like, I kind of just want to get it done because how Bashar talks, it doesn't feel as good as like ceremony music or just nothing and getting my own downloads because I can access everything at this point. Like, it's just coming in because Bashar is just my higher self talking to me, but many questions they're asking are not like my highest excitement. So it's not that relevant. But I mean, I do still have a lot of synchronicity with Bashar, but just like he is not a human. It's like when you listen to me here right now, you're like, oh, this feels good. I'm hanging out with another human. Hey, what's up, Ferdi? High five, ghetto fist. Like, I'm actually a human, you know? I embody what higher vibrational aliens say, and we're like down here in the flesh. Like, easy for you to say. My light just turned on, you know? That was funny. Easy for you to say, Bashar, on this vibration, but come down here to fucking Earth, which is still ghetto, mostly, and embody that. And we're the fucking survivors. Earth is tough. It's a masterclass. Come down here, bro. And I'm down here with you. And I tell you how I cope with that. And I'm fucking living my daydream. And it's working out. And I have to so trust. The level of trust I am going for is off the chart because I know in that regard I'm a way shower. That so many channeled me that the universe, higher self, my spirit guides, all that is, God, whatever you want to name it, so supports me that I can show that to others, that I help others, that many who are still like in more like the mind and fear can see if Ferdi can do it, I can do it. Because guess what? We're all the same special. We're all Jesus. The second wave of Christ consciousness is going within and awakening. Oh, Jesus was like, be like me, not follow me, but be like me. I am the way. We're all Jesuses, bro. And now Bob Marley comes. He's an enlightened master. Bob Marley, like he's sitting on the cloud, smoking his ganja with Jesus. It's like being spirit guides for us and being like, hey, we made it, so you can make it. But I really liked my last podcast with Faye. I really liked it. Like Faye and I were in a good groove. We're doing another one soon. Don't let them fool ya. Or even try to school ya. Or even try to school ya. Oh no. We got a mind of our own. We've got a mind of our own. So go to hell if what you're thinking is not right. Love would never leave us alone. I have such a hard time to flow with Bob Marley. He's just like, I'm just not black, you know, as much as I try. I wish would you be love? It's just like, I'm just way too German for that. Could you be love? But guess what? We Germans are worthy too. Okay, thank you so much for listening. I hope you liked it. Please give me feedback to this episode. Maybe I'm gonna go now for a ride and do a lot of English podcasts and really like pull it through to get on this vibration I can now conjure up in German and be able to do it in English as well. And if you like this episode and resonated and like got some nice synchronicity with me and some nice downloads and had fun hanging out, then let me know, because your feedback is really motivating me. Because my physical mind is like, Ferdi, who cares? You have like 500 views on YouTube and 500 on Spotify. It's like 1,000 people. Like, no one cares about your podcast. And it's like, the fucking physical mind never stops. It just does its thing. So, if you got something out of it, hello? Is there someone on the other side? Someone get something out of this? Or, So yeah, thank you, I appreciate it. And now together, could you be loved? Could you be loved? And be loved. If you're just like having a hard time, Bob Marley, I'm telling you. Could you be loved? And be loved. Listen to like homework or permission slip. It's like, you know, like once you're so awake, it's such a fine line of like, everything is amazing. Wow, I see God in everything. To like, oh my God, I hate this world. It's ghetto. I'm so frustrated. And then put on the song, don't worry, 3 little birds. About a thing. I listened for that for a month and brainwashed myself to like, because I struggled to stay positive. Like part of the formula, following your highest excitement, is like genuinely being positive. Only then you can get a positive reflection. Everything are reflections. You smile in the mirror, it smiles back. And I got like, the darkness of the world overcame me. Yeah. This song helped me. Thank you for listening. Until next time. Peace out.